This is just Zach and Spirit Show.
You're talking about the flexibility of the job in terms of academia. I know how I feel about that, and it's such an important thing to me. I mean, it's kind of a double-edged sword in some way. Like academia, there's no clock on the side of the wall. You don't have to get there at 9 o'clock, put in your 4-digit number, and it says, Zach Ainsbury's here, and then I don't have to clock out at 5. I can come and go as I want. But that also has which is a huge benefit, but it also has the downside of my work follows me everywhere. So you can get up and start working.
Exactly.
And you can work all the way till you finish at night. And also, even if you're not actually working, so I'm not writing, I'm not teaching, you're always thinking about it.
Exactly. You're right.
So it is a double-edged sword in that sense. But the physical location is also great as well. So you get to move. I mean, for example, you are spending 3.5 months in Australia.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. And honestly, this is when I knew that I didn't become a fighter pilot. I knew that was one of the goals to me in life was to have very rich experiences, and I wanted to travel a lot. And actually, this is what I did. And so when I was in my first year of PhD, I had at my university we received someone from Rutgers University in the US, from New Jersey. So she gave a presentation of her work in management. I was in marketing, so there was not so much fit. But at the end of the presentation, and I still don't know why, I got to her and I asked whether or not I could visit her for 3 months. And she said yes. And that was a game-changing thing because at the end of my first year of PhD, from April to June, I went to Rutgers University in New Jersey, even though some people told me that it would be useless because you are in your first year of PhD. And I was like, why do they think it would be useless? Because even though it could be more useful in the second or third year of PhD because you can run some experiments in the US with some co-authors and so on, still it's a super strong experience, super cool. So, and actually it was great because I spent 3 months reading in the library of the university, which was just great, having the periodicals, the journals, having the journal that you could just, take on the shelf, reading the papers. And so I spent 3 months reading. And at the end of my first year of PhD, my theoretical model was on my laptop, which is honestly something that is not so common. And so my supervisor just at the end of this year, when I get back to France, told me that it's just perfect. Your theoretical model is there. It's just a question now of how to test it. But obviously, the conclusion for my first year was good job. So when I applied for a job position after my PhD, this line in my vitae that I was able to spend some time outside of France with, French people don't do that so often. They stick in France, and so obviously it was something that was valuable also, and so I don't regret. And this is what I wanted to say, that you talked about how much autonomy we have in terms of time, but also in terms of space. And this is definitely something that is of high value with this job, because obviously it's not for the money, even though sometimes you can receive some money, but still, I guess my friend, for instance, I have a really good friend who was a master from the ESSEC, which is a really good school in France. Okay, so he has a very good position. He earns more money than me, but I see his life, I see mine. I wouldn't change for anything. So because I have so much autonomy, and so it's a trade-off, because it's a trade-off between money and autonomy. And honestly, I wouldn't give back my autonomy for more money. So
100% agree with you. The autonomy is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And the ability to, you can work with anyone anywhere around the entire world. I think that's kind of a unique situation to have.
Yeah.
And so I was told this. So I was similar to you. As I was moving between a master's to a PhD, I was talking to our then Dean of Academic Research.
Yeah.
And she'd told me that if your goal is to be, a rich, wealthy man, don't do a PhD.
Exactly.
You actually have to have a passion for, the creation and dissemination of knowledge. Otherwise, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
If you want to make money, go into industry and climb the ladder there.
Yeah.
But similar to you, I'd prefer to be, while we have, heads of school or heads of departments and all of that, and we have things that we have to achieve, the ability to set our own schedules and is just something I would never, ever forfeit ever again.